Hi there, Cancer. Thank you for joining me for your weekly forecast for week commencing the 29th of August. This week sees Mercury, the planet of communication, going into a retrograde from Tuesday. On the same day, Venus switches from this chatty part of your scope into a more gentle one, the fourth solar house, which could trigger greater interaction with family members, or it could see you doing some redecoration or even moving altogether over the next 3 or 4 weeks. But this week in particular, Mercury's retrograde is going to be the big talking point. It's the third time this year it's slammed on the brakes, and it's also going to go into a retrograde just before Christmas or just before the end of the year for 2 weeks. Mercury's retrograde does have quite a reputation of things going wrong, and certainly when it influences the 3rd or 9th houses, and in your case it's the 3rd solar house, it can be to do with everyday communications, documents, emails, text messages, travel plans, short or long distance, and it's possible that you're going to encounter some delays or glitches in these kind of areas. But what we can all do is redouble our determination to make sure that we're on the ball and to govern and control the things that we can have an influence over the best we can. Now, the other intriguing influence this week is the fact that there is a solar eclipse in the same sector that Mercury is going retrograde in. So your way of thinking and your ideas and the way you interact with other people are going to be hot topics for the next 6 months, but particularly because of the role of Neptune and Saturn. That right angle continues, and it's going to be very strong right throughout September. Essentially, Mars for you, along with Saturn in the first half of this week, are side by side, affected by Neptune. So I think your energy is going to continue to be at something of a premium. Fortunately, from the middle of the week, Mars breaks free of Saturn, and I think your energy can start to pick up a little bit. But this solar eclipse is not to be underestimated. Ordinarily, it would give you much more physicality, desire to be more active, desire to be more verbal and engaged. Certainly if you're someone who loves any kind of mental challenge, does crosswords, quizzes, puzzles, enters free prize draws, the next 6 months could be quite good for you. Go for it. You never know what might come your way. But I think more seriously, this is going to be a time when your ideas could be challenged by other people. And I think the potential for stress, if you are in any situation where people don't necessarily go along with where you're coming from, is definitely going to be increased. Don't try to be too idealistic, but also you must be very truthful with yourself, because Neptune is blurring the truth sector of your horoscope and has been since the middle of May in a particularly sharp way. But what I would say to you is that Venus's move can make you much more sensitive, and it can bring out the naturally caring instincts of your zodiac sign. For sure, you're cardinal, and you can be very much the leader, and control can be an issue for Cancerian people. Well, Venus moving through Libra is just asking you to go back to your default of being much more in tune with your senses and what you're being told through your gut feelings. The more gentle you can be and the more availing you can be to other people's viewpoints, the better the next 6 months will go for you. However, by the end of this week, I think the great premium for you is that there can be this burst of extra physical energy as Mars makes its way forward. Now, it is going to be exiting, and I'll tell you more about that next week as it moves into your opposite side, which could be really exciting for your relationships. But for now, I think there's going to be a lot of talking, a lot of text messages and emails going back and forwards, and you need to make sure that you are very much in tune with what's being sent to you and up to date with everything and organised. But equally, this can be a time when you may consider a new mode of transport, a new vehicle, Remember, that was something I raised last week when you had Venus, Jupiter and Mercury side by side. That may still be something that you're going to think about, but don't see Mercury retrograde as an exclusively bad thing. It does have opportunities to rethink some of your value systems as you go forwards. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.